Christine, have anything to say about the ruling today? Thanks.
Christine Baumgartner vows to keep up legal battle against Kevin Costner after child support ruling as they prepare to go head-to-head over her $800,000 fees. Kevin Costner's estranged wife thinks the ruling that slashed her child support payments to $63,000 a month is a complete joke and has vowed to fight on ahead of a fresh court appearance over the pair's combined legal bill of $1.5 million on Wednesday. Baumgartner, 49, and Costner, 68, are due in court to hear who will foot the bill for their attorney fees, with the mom of three asking the actor to pony up $575,000 to pay her lawyers and for another $280,000 to cover the costs of experts. Costner, meanwhile, racked up a $664,000 tab through to the end of July, according to figures aired in court last week, but said he intends to pay his own fees. Tomorrow's appearance comes hot on the heels of a two-day evidentiary hearing over child support where Baumgartner asked for her monthly payments to be bumped up from the $129,000 she had been enjoying to $161,000. But in a shock twist, Judge Thomas Anderl slashed it to $63,000, leaving the mom of three stunned, according to a close pal. Speaking to DailyMail.com, the source said, Christine is shocked. She said even Kevin looked shocked. Everyone looked shocked. To say Christine is disappointed is an understatement. She described the ruling as a complete joke. The friend added, Christine said Kevin and his lawyers, painted the picture of this shallow, greedy gold digger and that if Kevin could get past his anger and revenge, he would see how this is hurting their kids. She said Kevin is ripping her apart from her community by making it impossible to live in the tight-knit neighborhood. Christine said this was never about beach views, and Kevin knows this. He knows how much the community means to Christine, and that this is his way of punishing her. Christine said the fight is far from over. In court, Baumgartner had argued that her new $40,000 a month rental pad in Montecito was not good enough for her family, saying the children needed beach access to maintain their lifestyle while with her. She also complained about the guest accommodation in her lavish new home and said her sons Caden, 16, and Hayes, 14, would have to share a bathroom while daughter Grace, 13, has to share a bathroom with the house. During cross-examination, Baumgartner was grilled over whether she intends to get a job to pay for her lifestyle and was forced to admit that she has only got as far as exploring the idea. According to her friend, Baumgartner believes that was unfair and says she already has full-time employment as a mother to the couple's three children. The insider said, Christine said Kevin is under the illusion that she wants a free ride out of their divorce so she doesn't have to work a day in her life. However, he seems to have forgotten that she already has a full-time job. It's called being a mother to their three children. She said if anyone is playing games and making character attacks, it's Kevin, not her. The source added, Christine said Kevin is upset because she's happy and has moved on, all while he attempts to control the false narrative that she is shallow for wanting to keep the lifestyle she and her kids are already accustomed to. Christine said being a full-time mother pales in comparison to being a famous actor. Baumgartner and Costner have been slugging it out in court since May when she abruptly filed for divorce, leaving the actor blindsided. Since then, the pair have repeatedly clashed in court, largely over where the mom of three will live, but also over their prenuptial agreement, which gives Baumgartner a one-off lump sum of $1.5 million and the first year of mortgage repayments on a property of her own worth up to $1 million. She is now fighting to have that voided, saying in court papers that she felt pressured into signing it shortly before the estranged couple married 18 years ago. A trial and a ruling on the prenuptial agreement and potential alimony payments is due in November. Baumgartner is asking Costner to pay her legal bills for that clash too, with his attorney Laura Wasser telling court last week that the mom of three is amassing a war chest to sue Kevin. Much of last week's evidentiary hearing centered on reasonable need, with Wasser arguing that Baumgartner was overstating her children's requirements. Her lawyer John Rydell said Baumgartner needed the huge $161,000 a month payment to rent a home on the same road as Costner, where rental values can be as much as $150,000 a month. He also said she needed to be able to rent a property equivalent to Costner's 160,000-acre Aspen Ranch and described how it boasts 3 houses, river frontage and toboggan runs lit up with baseball lights with music piped through speakers hidden in the trees. Costner's main home, in upscale Carpinteria, California, was more like an experience than a home, she told court, with 5 lots inside the compound, one containing the main house, another a guest house, and a third a house converted into an office. One of the 2 empty lots contains a garden while the other is used by the children as a space to play and by the family as the setting for parties and Thanksgiving dinners. Baumgartner said the main house and the guest house have direct beach access, while the family home also has an infinity pool overlooking the Pacific and is decorated in California coastal style. Her new property, which is just over 3 miles from her old home, has no sea views or beach access, and the driveway seen in photos obtained by DailyMail.com opens out into a tree-lined lane. Costner, who made 2 appearances on the stand, admitted he wouldn't swap houses with his ex, but said that is because his home of over 20 years is where I raised my children. Their hands are in the stone. He also said his cash flow is uncertain now Yellowstone has come to an end, with much of his money tied up in 4-part movie series Horizon. The 68-year-old finished filming Horizon Part 2 in Utah in June and said he hopes the first installment will be released by the end of this year. The court also heard about Baumgartner's spending, including an $18,000 a month clothing bill and a $3,500 a month beauty tab, both flagged up by Costner's forensic accountant Tracy Katz. Baumgartner also admitted to taking a gift of $20,000 in cash from family friend Josh Connor, who she denied is her boyfriend, while under oath, and said she gave half of it to her mother, who had been receiving monthly payments of $5,000 from Costner. The other half has since been returned to Connor. Meanwhile, Kevin Costner and ex talk next steps amid divorce. She'll enter the workforce. He wants time for myself. Both Kevin Costner and estranged wife Christine took the stand during child support hearings. Kevin Costner and his estranged wife Christine spoke in court about their plans moving forward as their divorce proceedings carry on. The exes showed up to court in Santa Barbara on Thursday and Friday for a child support hearing, which ultimately went in Kevin's favor as a judge ordered him to pay $63,209 per month instead of the $161,592 Christine sought. Both Kevin and Christine, who wed in 2004, got emotional while testifying during the proceedings and shared what they saw as their next steps after the breakup. Christine, who now lives in a rental that costs $40,000 per month after being court-ordered to move out of their family compound, testified that she is considering going back to school for a college degree. I will look into the steps I need to take and any schooling I need to do, and I will enter the workforce, Christine, 49, said on the stand about how she'll support herself in the future. When Kevin, 68, took the stand, he admitted my world's been a little shook up as a result of the split. Addressing how he plans to move forward, the Oscar winner said, I have to take care of obligations that are already in place. I have a lot of responsibilities I have to take care of. I need to figure out how I'm going to spend more time with the children, walk them through this process, he added. I am going to need to take some time for myself. I have a lot to contemplate, what I have to do versus what I want to do. With his run on Yellowstone over, the star is also working on his multi-movie passion project Horizon, an American saga. He said in court that Horizon is a really big risk for him, having invested so much in it. Kevin and Christine share 3 teens, Caden, 16, Hayes, 14, and Grace, 13. She filed for divorce on May 1st, listing their date of separation as April 11th. Kevin's rep said in a statement at the time that circumstances beyond his control have transpired which have resulted in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action. During his Friday testimony, Kevin recalled his epic first date with Christine and how she told him having children was important to her, though he had reservations. She knew that my biggest worry was that I felt like I could be married and divorced again, but one thing was I couldn't be married and divorced again with children, he told the courtroom. He later changed his mind. It was important to her and it became important to me. Kevin, a decade before marrying Christine with a prenup in place, reportedly paid his ex-wife Cindy Silva some $80 million in his first divorce. He shares 3 kids with Silva, Annie, Lily, and Joe, plus son Liam with ex-Bridget Rooney. As their divorce battle continues, Kevin and Christine will appear in court later this fall to hash out the validity of their premarital agreement.